Regular season is over, and you know what that means. It's playoff time tonight, right here on the yard. HBCU Esports Alliance presented by Gillette. Hello, everybody. Spillage here, and with me right now is Spellman's own Bordy McBoard. Bordy, what's going on?
I am good. I mean, you didn't even say Alabama State's own Spillage right here. We're out here ready for the playoffs for HEA the Yard. Remember that we've given out $5,000 worth of scholarships in the last season, in the last little play. And then we had plenty of people there. We had Tokyo Vanity. We had Soldier Boy. You can catch the recap show on Soldier Boy TV 2 this Saturday. But we are here in this spring league, $30,000, and a big chunk of these dollars will be given out this year. We are ramping up the prize money, the cash money. Spillage, tell them about the money prizes we gonna get in the playoffs for HEA.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm talking about big money, ladies and gentlemen. And as far as the championship is concerned, the first place winner gets $1,500 cash. Moolah, the bread, the cheddar. That's right. And then second place is $500. And then, of course, those who got eliminated in the tournament get a consolation prize of $50. Everybody gets cash. Mm-hmm. You'll get some money. You'll get some money. Everybody gets some money. I'm in the zone. You're in the zone, Bordy. And the participants is in the zone tonight because it is win or go home. We got a great matchup for you tonight, starting with the first match. And it will be Killer Cam and Omi versus Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse. And then following up, we have Goober Stroob and Jay Spalm versus Javier and Ghost. It's put up or shut up time. Are you ready?
I am so ready, especially here at HEA. We are all about researching not only these games that we're playing, but also researching all the ecosystem of esports with a pipeline bringing the next generation of HBCU talent. A shout out to Pharaoh's Conclave, which is the pipeline that we came from, who's also providing scholarships in part with DoorDash to make sure that this Rocket League action, this Wheels Wednesday, is on fire. We are here about education. It's finals week, and I know these players are ready to educate themselves and make sure they can pass these classes, but they also need to educate themselves in the game because the competition, the fourth pillar, is happening tonight. So we will see which of these players goes home or goes in advances to this next round. So they have a shot at either 500 or 1,500, but if I were them, I'd go for the grand prize. That 1,500 cash moolah, everybody walks away but 50, but we are talking about that grand prize of 15. I'm ready to go, Spill, and I know that you are too.
Absolutely. And what a way to wrap up a semester than to win some cold, hard cash. And it's going to happen tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So stay with us. Big shout out to each and every last one of you from coast to coast. Thank you very much for tuning in. Big shout out to Pharaoh's Conclave, DoorDash, the Yard HBCU Esports Alliance crew. And hey, big shout out to each and every last one of you. So with that said, we're going to go ahead. Before we get started, we're going to have a nice brief message from Gillette. So stay with us.
What's up? My name is Sherrod Martin, and I work at Superb Grooming Studio Barbershop in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm here today to get you groomed to game. As a former NFL player that loves to play Madden, die hard, I'm going to give you some shaving tips to give you that confidence. The Gillette 2-in-1 shaving gel, and I also got my Gillette Skin Guard. These two are essential. So starting out with a shave, we're going to start with a nice lather. The next step after I lather up, I like to come with a hot towel. Relaxing, release stress, comfort with a nice little heat, but it also opened up the pores. Then I come with my razor. I just do some nice strokes. Hey, you look good, you play good, baby. Now you're ready to hit the yard.
You heard what Sherrod said. You're ready to hit the yard and you're ready to hit the first round of action. But before we get to the action spill, I think that we need to notify these viewers about what these standings, what these bracket matchups are, because we need to see who's going against what and what money they already got, honey, because they about to earn a big chunk of change more. So let's get to these standings, see what these gamers are all about as we see Killicam and Omi. Oh my gosh, Omi, nice. Oh my. They've been ruling the competition, lording over everyone with 9 wins, only 1 loss. That's $450 for them. But you look at Javier and Ghost of Houston Tickleson right there behind them, not quite getting up to Omi and Killicam's level. I believe those are their only losses, but still 7 wins, that's a lot. That's $350, Phil.
Absolutely. It just comes to show you that teamwork definitely pays off, but don't let the records fool you. It's playoff time, and we have seen top ranked players get eliminated first round from different sports, and this esports is definitely no different.
Oh, there's definitely no difference. You have people like Goober Shrub and Jace Bomb who would like to prove themselves with 4 wins respectively as $225. Ahmed A, Cold Eclipse, newer comers, newer team, but still pretty good. Don't let that 1 win fool you. And C.Nani won't be seeing them today, but they still put on a valiant effort. Although they have not acquired wins, they are still beast in this competition. Hopefully next year they can continue to prove themselves, get back on this big stage as we see the totals of everything that we've been happening from week 8 of action. That guy, oh my gosh, DJ, you thought Dev the Dude couldn't be beat. You thought Killer Cam couldn't be beat, but guess what? That guy, DJ, he's your guy, he's my guy, and he's that guy on top of the leaderboard with $1,700 plus $50. He is that good. Only in one sports village. That is amazing.
Hey, if you're good at something, why do it for free? And let me tell you something, that guy, DJ, is definitely that guy in that sport of Madden.
Oh no, Madden doing it well, but you have other multi-sport players like Dev the Dude, Killicam, and with PGA and NASCAR 2K, and you also have Killicam with the Rocket League and NBA 2K. Shout out to Z Buckets and also Angry Aaron for getting work in other sports like PGA and NBA as well. But you know, it's nice to see what these players are doing on this leaderboard, but now it's time for some action as we see the playoff bracket for Rocket League right here. Yeah. Omi and Killicam, the beasts, the players to beat versus Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse. Don't let that 4th seed fool you. They are really good versus Javier and Ghost versus Goober Shrub and Jace Bomb. Spillage, these matchups will surely be great.
Absolutely. Can Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse shock the world and give Killicam and Omi a loss that they'll definitely feel until the next season? We're going to find out next.
Oh, we will find out next as we load up the scores, players choosing their teams, but we already know which team is who. Omi and Killicam are the red team, and Ahmed and Cold Eclipse, Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse are the blue team. Now, I don't know if you've heard of this, red versus blue, an old machinima back in the day. We're going to see a red versus blue matchup right here, Phil.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, 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 and I'm excited. I can't wait.
We can't wait to see the action. We're loading up and seeing who. Now, you talked about it a little bit, Spill, talking about Killicam and Omi's dominance. You saw it on the screen before. Only 1 loss when it comes to league play. I guess that was a fluke because they have been on fire. I don't remember a time that I have seen them be lost. But you have Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse, who are newer players, don't have the wins yet, but are still good. I mean, strategies. What would you do for these players? As you already see, Killicam and Omi have 2 points. We didn't even see it, but they've been on fire.
I mean, they didn't waste any time, too, and they shouldn't. It's playoff time. There is no do-overs. No. There is no next week for those who lose this match. There's always next season. So now, if I'm at A and Cold Eclipse, I'll definitely really play with some great urgency and to isolate it, to get that ball out of Killer Cam's possession ASAP.
Get the ball out of Killer Cam. Omi ain't no scrub either. As you see, the ball already on that side of the field. Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse the side of the field. A clear right there. But this is a best of 5 matchup. So if they're down 2, it's A-okay. They have one more game to potentially prove themselves. But look at that, 3-0 already in this matchup.
Right, and that's the thing about best out of 5. I mean, they got to win 3 in a row to advance to the championships next week. But here's the thing: I wouldn't even allow Killer Cam and Omi to just run up the scoreboard early, because that can be a mental wear and tear mentally, especially your confidence. And my goodness, I'm talking about 4 points already in under 2 minutes. I mean, my goodness, they're not playing around this time. They're here for some real money. And so Cody Clips, Ahmed A, you got to get aggressive. You got to really be on them.
You have to really be on them, because guess what? Whoever advances is at least guaranteed $500 to split between the two. That's $250 in your pocket. That's really nice for both of these players. So they're probably hoping to get to the pay bread, the cash moolah. As you see, an attempt at goal, ooh, cleared away. We go the other way.
I'm telling you, you got to be on them like numbers on a bill. I'm telling you, you gotta stay on them. You cannot allow Killer Cam and Omi to just have the majority of ball possession in every match. You gotta bully them. You gotta be aggressive. You gotta demolish them from time to time. Yeah. You gotta reposition yourself to make sure that box is protected. You gotta do something quick, fast, in a hurry, or else it's gonna be another blowout.
Ooh, a missed opportunity right there. Can they take advantage? And they do, at least getting 1 point on the board. Cold Eclipse getting it away from the other team and putting it into the goal.
That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what you have to do this entire matchup. Don't let up. Even though this is early in the match, do not let up. There's plenty of time to close the gap. Now you gotta stop them from scoring. That's another challenge, because oh my goodness.
Oh. How do you stop someone that's able to control the ball? Oh, look at that, through the air. So elegant, so wonderful, so crisp and clean. And we're still giving out MVPs during this playoffs, and Killer Cam already looking form.
And I mean, Killer Cam literally drove himself with the ball to the goal line, making sure that the ball was in for another point. And I'm telling you, oh my goodness, good job by Purple Zetsu.
Good job, Purple Zetsu. Killer Cam tried to gain possession, but look at that crosser, Cold Eclipse to Purple Zetsu, setting up the score. They have some points on the board. Can they get 3 more and tie it, or maybe 4 more and take the victory away from them?
Now once again, it is a 3-point game between the two teams, and oh my goodness, you score, I score every single time. I mean, they're making sure that there's no room for them to actually come back. And that's what I'm saying. Killer Cam and Omi, they are aggressive. You got to be more aggressive to beat them.
Defense? I never heard of her. It's all offense, all points on the board. 2 minutes left and already 8 points. Can there be more? We will see as the ball is kind of pinging back and forth. Cold Eclipse with possession, at least for now.
Now, they still have time, but not plenty of time. They have enough time to at least close the gap, but they got to get that ball away from Killer Cam and Omi, because I'm telling you, they're making sure that they're making it difficult for Ahmed A and Cody Clips to come back.
Now, viewers, if this is your first time watching HEA Rocket League action, Omi's name is more on the screen. Ahmed A's name on the screen is Purple Zetsu, but they're still up there in the competition. Their names might be changed, but their skill is still the same. As we see this matchup, 1 minute left. It's looking like this might go to Killer Cam and Omi, Phil.
Yeah, and I see a nice little demolition there. And oh my goodness. Wow, Killer Cam is just on straight up assassin mode today.
Straight up assassin. Look at that. 2 attempts to try to get the ball away, but still finding its way into the goal. This guy has been a double MVP of this league so far. He's proving it tonight.
And honestly, if I'm at A and Cold Eclipse, I would not get frustrated, because the second you get frustrated, you're going to lose your momentum, you're going to lose your A game, and you're going to eventually lose the entire match. So you definitely don't want to go home after all of the hard work put in over the past couple of weeks. You definitely gotta be aggressive. You gotta really figure out how to keep Killer Cam and Omi from scoring, because I'm telling you, they are taking full advantage of their situation.
Full advantage, trying to get a shot. Ooh, a nice attempt to save by Purple Betsu right there. But with a couple seconds left, ooh, an attempt to go blocked by Killer Cam. Who else? Killing the competition and killing Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse, at least in this one. The final score, 7-2.
All right, so the first game of the semifinal match goes to Killer Cam and Omi. So they got to win 2 more to advance to the championships next week.
Oh, yes. This is like old school NBA playoff competition. The best of 5, already winning 1, already winning most of the games that they played in HEA, but can Cold Eclipse and Ahmed A, like you said, Bill, shock the world? We will find out soon enough. What were some interesting things that you picked up from that last matchup?
The last matchup is that Killer Cam and Omi didn't waste any time. They scored. They scored 4 points within the first 2 minutes of the first game, and the first thing that crossed my mind is they know what time it is, so they're not even going to give them a chance. And that's what you have to do. That's what that's what most dominant teams do when it comes to sports. They don't give them any room to come back. They don't give them any room at all to breathe. They just go ahead and dominate from beginning to end. And then once the clock says 0 and the game is over, then you relax and celebrate.
That's right. You stomp on their necks. Don't allow them an opportunity to get some breathing room, because if not, then you will surely end up with a loss. And I don't think either of these competitors really want to see that happen. But you said something very interesting. You said, don't let them get to you. Young kids call it tilting in this day. Don't get yourself a little PO'd, because guess what? That can also work against you, as you see Killer Cam and Omi, Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse, same colors, still red versus blue. But will it be the same result? Let's see.
All right, game 2 is underway, and right now they're definitely fighting for possession. And rightfully so. If I were Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse, I would do some serious communicating, and they got to plan something quick. They got to plan. They got to come up with a plan to keep that ball away from Killer Cam and Omi.
Yeah, I think the most important thing with these 2 gamers is getting possession of the ball. It's kind of like in real world football. If you get possession, you can make sure that the other team doesn't get possession and ends up shooting it into the goal. So that's what you need to see here. As you see an attempt on goal, easy. The easiest goal I've seen on Killer Cam all season.
Like Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat, he just glide his way to the goal. Great job by Cold Eclipse. All right, second kickoff coming up. Here we go.
Mortal Kombat movie, new in theaters, and a new result. Killer Cam and Omi down. Let's see what happens. Ooh, an attempt off the backboard. It's scary to have Cam and Omi deep on your side of the field spill.
Absolutely, but you got to protect the box.
Oh,
and Cam makes sure that score is tied.
They make sure it's tied. Didn't waste much time, only a couple of seconds, but still making sure that they can get the score even. Will there be another change in the leader? Let's see.
Oh, man. And I mean, he went for the snipe, but Killer Cam, I'm sorry. It was Omi that said nope.
Making sure it's nope, and you'll see right there a cross pitch goal by Purple Zetsu. Tried to save the day, but unable to do that, reaching for the sky and getting the grand prize.
Nice aerial flick by Purple Zetsu, a.k.a. Ahmed A. And I'm telling you, that's exactly what you have to do. You got to stay consistent in order to beat the top team.
Consistency is the best policy. Again, we are going to 5 games. So if they get a W, as you see, almost a goal right there. If they get a W, there's still a lot more games to be played. So not to panic from any team so far, as you see. Kill a cam right here. Get possession. They're fighting for the ball spill.
That's what you have to do. That's exactly what you have to do, because if you allow Killer Cam or Omi to hold the ball long, you're going to eventually pay the price. So you got to reposition yourself. You got to guard the box. You got to do the little switcheroo. Make sure you conserve your boost. You got to do what you have to do.
Yeah, these gamers trying not to pay the price. Instead, get paid, and Killer Cam has been an MVP. Wants that money as well, as we are all tied at 2 right now.
And I mean, Killer Cam is just giving out receipts like a store clerk. Every time Cody Clips and Ahmed A score, here comes Killer Cam and Omi, giving them a little payback from the last time.
I'm gonna need the receipts to make sure that this ain't happening. At least that's what Ahmed A and Cody Clips are saying. They don't want this result. They want to continue their lead, especially against these 2 dangerous teams. As you see, earning the league, snatching it again, Killer Cam. Oh me, oh my. That's a great assist by Omi as well.
Absolutely. Great shot, great setup by Omi. Set up that shot for Killer Cam to take it in. Now they gained the lead. And I see what they're doing. They're actually wearing them out. They're wearing Ahmed A and Cody Clips out. They trying not to let them breathe or relax. And my goodness, Omi just slams it in for another goal. And I mean, nice.
Look at that, a double tap, 2 vicious plays back to back, as he saw Killer Cam kind of use that boost and a power slide to curve the ball and curve the car in and put the ball into the goal. You see Omi get a double tap. Those shots are not easy, boys, girls, and persons viewing this. So you need to make sure you're watching these 6 skills, because they are on fire. Another goal.
From long distance. A great shot, a great long distance shot from Omi. And man, I'm telling you, they're making them pay. They're using corners. They went from one corner to the next, making them guess which way the ball is going to go. And I'm telling you, that's some good mind games going on.
Whether you're playing Rocket League or whether you're playing on the pitch in real life, the corners are by far the hardest places to defend as a goalkeeper. So good job getting it in those places, not bouncing it off the crossbar, instead into the goal. Look at that. Killer Cam trying to do an aerial flick and does get it. Why are you so good?
I'm telling you, it's just real life soccer, aka football. It's hard to guard the goal from, because the goalkeeper has to be in the middle. So now, all you can do is just have your hands wide open to see which way that ball is going to go. And you have less than a second to guess right.
spillage. I want you to look back on that. He did something called a musty, which is where you let your car fall off of the thing so you can still get the rotations going. You could still make that last second flip, and that's exactly what they did. A musty to a flick. That is crazy. That's what they do at freestyle competitions. Instead of doing it in game. That's how good these players are.
It's skills, and in order for you to develop those skills, you have to practice.
Yes.
You have to practice in order to develop the skills. No one wakes up with skills. You know what I'm saying? This isn't the Matrix. You know, you have to practice.
Oh no, somewhere Allen Iverson is a little upset that you said that practice.
Oh, he practiced. Come on. He practiced just like everybody else.
Oh no, yes, he absolutely did practice. In fact, the reason he didn't practice is because I believe he had a tailbone injury.
Ouch.
Yeah, definitely ouch, not fun. And who else is saying ouch? Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse of 10 seconds to go. They're likely not going to come back as you see possession being controlled from who else? Killer Cam and Omi. They walk away with another victory. One more and they advance.
Wow. And the winner of the second game is once again Killer Cam and Omi. So if I was Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse, what can you really do or say or think, like what can you do to change the momentum?
I don't know. If you can somehow find a way to get possession, that's great, but it's hard when these players are maintaining possession while aerialing through the air. Not only do you have to gauge where their aerial's going, you have to gauge where they are. They're doing tricks that players do in top tier freestyle shots for money. When you're talking about the professional Rocket League level, they're doing things like that. A musty is a very hard move to pull off. They're doing that in game. It's insane the level of talent that they have. And Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse were kind of given the short end of the stick going against these players because they are vicious, I'm telling you.
And see Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse, I mean, they did a great job in the first half of the game, but see Killer Cam and Omi was like, okay, I have a few tricks up my sleeve. Don't think this game is over.
Oh no. Definitely.
And it might be over for Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse if they lose one more time. So if I were they, I would definitely come up with something new, come up with something innovative. They got to be aggressive. They got to be meaner than a junkyard dog. They got to do something to change the momentum. And great defensive play by Purple Zetsu.
It is hard to gauge aerials in general, but an aerial that another player is possessing, that's a really impressive thing right there from Purple Zetsu. Cold Eclipse trying to make a defensive stop right there. Ooh, and Killer Cam and Omi quite get it into the goal.
And I'm telling you, they got some work cut out for them. I can tell you that right now. They got to win 3 games in a row. Can they pull the LA Dodgers tonight?
We'll see, as Killer Cam had an opportunity to go wide left, so that's not ideal. But while you're up, it's okay to make a couple mistakes. It's Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse that need to be the accurate ones back behind the wall. Will they do it?
And honestly, if I were Killer Cam and Omi, I wouldn't. I would play as if I can't afford no mistakes. I would have to play as if this game is the last game of the season, and I got to make that game count.
It could be potentially their last game of the season if they don't get it together. But it's hard to get it together against Killer Cam and Omi. Omi, the setup maestro for Killer Cam, of course, scoring all over the place. The setup man and the scorer. But do Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse have something to say? Let's see.
Now beating Killer Cam and Omi in this one match is one thing, which is hard enough as it is. But do it 3 times in a row. Ooh, that is definitely the biggest challenge yet for Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse, but it's not impossible.
It's not impossible. We've seen them get beat at least once in this. Ooh, good job, Purple Zetsu, not even letting Killer Cam get that ball anywhere close to their goal. So some great defense being played after we saw the first game not have as much defense. Another shot blocked by Cold Eclipse, being a great defender, but can they get some offense going as well?
All right, a minute and a half went by, and so far this score is 0-0. Which is something you don't really see every day when it comes to Killer Cam and Omi. So great job defensive-wise by Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse. That's exactly what you have to do. You got, I mean, honestly, I'm starting to think that Killer Cam is just and Omi are just relaxing because they're in the driver's seat in this whole entire match. But that could be a crucial mistake because I've seen close matches before with involving Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse. I would not fall asleep on them if I were they.
Oh no, I definitely would not. They've had really close matches, unable to get some W's. That's why I said they're one win. Very deceptive because these players can absolutely play, but so can Omi and Killer Cam. But it seems like Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse are locked in defensively. Look at that, Purple Zetsu proving it right there. Can they get something going on the other side? Because that team also locked in as well.
Again, this game is still scoreless. So they're putting in that work. Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse putting in that work. And that's exactly what you have to do. And I see here comes Omi. Okay. And Omi looks like he was about to score. 1 minute remaining, still scoreless. Now is the time for Purple Zetsu and Cold Eclipse to force a game four.
And they've been making clutch plays all over it. That was Purple Zetsu right there, aka Ahmed A, with a nice save. There have been some wonderful saves, but every time that they're able to clear the ball into the other player's side of the field, Cam and Omi get possession right back. So that's going to be a goal for them as we head to 20 seconds left here. Let's see what happens between this matchup. Are we going to overtime? Let's find out.
Well, I know one thing. Cold Eclipse and Ahmed A definitely need to get the ball out of the possession of.
Oh, look at that last second score with 4 seconds left on the board. Killer Cam being clutch. That's not a musty. That's just dang skill.
And see, that's got to be the dagger right there. That's got to be the dagger right there. You got 3 seconds left on the clock. Can they force an overtime? And game over. The winner and advancing to next week's championship, none other than Killer Cam and Omi. How in the world can anyone beat these guys? Hell, I asked Siri and they didn't even know. Siri didn't even know how Killer Cam and Omi can get beat in Rocket League.
We're gonna have to ask Alexa how she feels about it if Siri doesn't even know, because I am seriously blown away. Look at the defensive effort. You talked about it. Cold Eclipse and Ahmed A, we're gonna have to play a game of their lives, be locked in, and it appeared that they were for every single minute of the action until the final 4 seconds, where they missed an opportunity by who else but the killer known as Cam. Got it into the goal. And that's got to be so disheartening, playing a really wonderful game, shutting out players who have racked up the score. I've seen them hit 20 points in a 5-minute match before. But if you can't score on the other end, you can't get the win. And that's exactly what happened, unfortunately, for Ahmed A in Cold Eclipse.
Yeah, the last 5 seconds, no, the last 10 seconds of the game, when I saw the ball was in Killer Cam's possession, that's when I had a bad feeling for Ahmed A and Cold Eclipse that he's going to pull a clutch move, and that's exactly what he did. He bounced the ball on the right angle, right above Cody Clips, and gave him that ultimate dagger. It's very rough, but you know what? I got to give kudos to Ahmed A and Cody Clips. They worked hard. They fought hard. They did the best they could throughout the entire season, and it's hard to see them go. But hey, there's always next season, and I'm looking forward to seeing them next season with a better attitude and a better strategy.
Yeah, because they have done really well, only winning one matchup, but they've had a lot of nail biters. This team is really good, but unfortunately, just couldn't close it out. We talked about the Pelicans. There's something akin to that. Unfortunately, having a lot of effort, having a lot of talent, but couldn't quite close the door. And so closes their chapter, at least in the spring season, the inaugural spring season of the HEA Rocket League tournament. At least you get a consolation prize, $50, 25 between each of you. That's really good. You can buy something in that really nice village, but unfortunately, didn't get it good.
Absolutely, and see, there's always a bright side of things. At least Ahmed A and Cody Clips didn't end their season empty-handed.
Yeah. You know what? Empty-handedness, not a thing here. You get a $50 consolation prize. Again, shout out to Pharaoh's Conclave for providing those extra scholarships here for Rocket League Wednesday, Wheels Wednesday here. Remember, we're having NASCAR a little bit later. And also DoorDash for providing those in part. Remember, every single participant in this league can go ahead and sign a form. Get some free DoorDash to your door. Delicious. And we'll see whose play is delicious enough to win the MVP. But I'm already thinking it might be the killer known as Cam. We have another matchup for you coming up soon, guys. So hold on to your horses, rev up those engines and those fryers as well. As we get ready for our next matchup, it's going to be Javier and Ghost versus Goober Strube and Jay Spawn. But that's after a break from Gillette to get our faces clean and be groomed to gaming. So we can look good and play good as well.
Everyone has a routine. I brush my teeth, eat breakfast, work out, and shave with Gillette Pro Glide. It gets virtually every hair on the first stroke for a shave I barely feel. So, when I hop on the stream and plant this lovely face in front of millions of people, I'm not worried. I just show up, ready to play. Other blades I've used, they just don't cut it. You can't get a much cleaner shave with Gillette. It gets virtually every hair on the first stroke for a shave I barely feel. Watch Gillette change your world.
Hi, I'm Fahim Alexander from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Today I'm at work at Fahim's Hands Precision. Today I'm going to give you guys some smooth, cool tips to keep you groomed to the game. My steps when I'm shaving, I want to use a hot towel so I can steam my scalp. Get less irritation when you use a hot towel. I'm going to use my Gillette 2-in-1 shave gel. Make sure to spread your shaving gel in circular motions. Then I want to start with these strokes. You're going to stroke, 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 5 strokes. One important fact you'll never want to forget, always pull your ear down when shaving. The Gillette Skin Guard works to minimize any tug and pull and cuts hair at skin level. This helps prevent irritation. After my strokes, I always want to check in the middle for excess hair left behind. After that, you want to hit it with a hot towel again. Then at the end, you want to use some antiseptic. It makes you feel good. Now you are ready to hit the yard looking your best.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and it's not over yet. Not at all, because coming up next, it is the rematch from last week and the week before that. It is Goober Stroob and Jay Spalm versus Javier and Ghost.
Oh, yes, we have seen these competitors. I feel like this one will be a little bit more close than the other one that we've seen. Spillage, Javier, and Ghost of Houston Tillotson versus Goober Stroob of Houston Tillotson and Morehouse College. So it's going to be Morehouse College's Jay Spalm. So it's going to be interesting to see a little bit Houston Tillotson on Houston Tillotson action going on. You know, a little bit, oh, I saw you in the dorm. Now I'm about to beat you a button Rocket League. And of course, you have Jay Spalm as well. So a little bit of cross-school action. That's going to be interesting to see. And these teams have done well when you talk about the rankings. Javier and Ghost are second place. Jay Spalm and Goober Stroob are third place. So that's why I think it's going to be a close matchup, because both of these teams have racked up W's. But Javier and Ghost are looking like the favorites in this one.
Absolutely. Over the past 6 weeks, it was all fun and games. But the fun and games are over now. It's playoff time. It's winner go home. That's it. Plain and simple. There is no do-overs. It's just simply see you next season. So will there be a rematch next week between Javier and Ghost and Killer Cam and Omi, or will Goober Stroob and Jay Spalm respect tour continues tonight?
Let's find out here. We are revving up the engines. Remember, it's Wheels Wednesday, presented by Gillette, brought to you in part by Barrels Conclave and DoorDash. And we are starting off right here in the green, Javier and Ghost, and in the yellow, highlighter yellow, Goober Stroob and Jay Spalm.
All right, Goober Stroob and Jay Spalm. They're on a mission because somebody just got demolished a second ago.
Yeah, and I'm disappointed we didn't see that in the last matchup. Killer Cam and only more demos would have worked in their favor. Let's see if we see a little bit more enforcer play happen right here, as you see Belsnickel, who is known as the player called Jay Spalm, and Trackstar, who's known as the player as Ghost. So these players, although they don't have the same name as their team, they still have that same game, still coming at them strong. Let's see who the victor is tonight.
All right, it was a close miss just a second ago. And great defense by Jay Spalm. And Jay Spalm, once again, he's doing what he does best, and that's guarding the box. Great job.
Yeah, guarding the box, so essential. We saw it in the last matchup between Cold Eclipse and Killer Cam and Omi. How much defense leads the offense? Trackstar getting a head start, running up the score at 1.
Great job by Trackstar. I'm telling you, Javier and Ghost, they're on a mission. Their minds have been on Killer Cam and Omi for a very long time. They know what they have to do to beat them, but they got to get through Goober Stroob and Jay Spalm first. So we're going to see a great matchup right here and now.
Great matchup. 1 point difference with 3 minutes, about 30 seconds left to go, as you see right here. Action being played right here. That's, I believe, Javier with a little bit more a different username than we're used to seeing them. Jumping up in the air, trying to get possession.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely fighting for the ball. They know how serious this match is. They know that this is it. This is indeed it. It's win or go home time. They know this, so they're playing with their heart's content. Oh, close.
Ooh, a nice little close play. Some good blocks, good saves over there by the yellow team. That's Goober Stroob and Jay Spalm. But there's just been a fight for possession earlier on in this matchup, Spill. And possession means a lot, as you see right here. Who else? Javier coming to you with some action, scoring for the green team again.
So the team, Javier and Ghost, has a point each to contribute to the 2-0. So, hey, if I were Goober Strube and Jay Spalm, I will have to work on that defense right now.
Yeah, Javier is known as JVR, but look at that Belsnickel.
That's right.
Getting it into the goal. Jay Spalm on the board, feeling nice.
Great job by Jay Spalm, and that's exactly what you have to do. That's exactly what you have to do to beat Javier and Ghost. Because right now, Javier is looking at them as just the only obstacle in the way of a much-needed rematch between Killer Cam and Omi.
Much needed rematch. Oh, much needed goal. Belsnickel, James Bomb again, tying up the matchup. And a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're able to go back into the matchup. Look at that replay. Easy, no defense around, Bill.
And hey, that's what happens. That's what happens when you're so into the game. You accidentally press that pause button and be like,
Hey, I too get hyped up on the action here as we see, another reason to be hyped up. JVR, that's Javier, making some noise. 2 goals already.
I know. I'm talking about making each other pay, making each other pay time and time again. I'm telling you, I'm loving this back and forth here.
Back and forth like a tennis match, or pong is what they call it. Ping pong the ball all around. Ping pong the score all around. So we'll see who comes out on top. These 2 teams very close in standings. Javier, track star, I'm sorry, very close to pushing it into the goal, but nice save right there. Another shot, another save.
Yes, great save. They were all over the box. Both players are all over the box. And great demolition. And see, that's what you have to do. You got to get aggressive. You got to be aggressive.
Be aggressive. B-E, aggressive. An aggressive shot right here. Can Track Star take the trash at the goal? He does. And that's 2-2 goals each for the green team in this one.
And I'm talking about like a poltergeist. You didn't see it coming. He just showed up out of nowhere and just scored on Goober Strube and Jay Spalm. Great job by Ghost.
But Goober Strube and Jay Spalm trying to exercise the goal. Exercise the competition. Able to get into the goal off the crossbar.
So close.
So close, yet so far for Goober Strube. Going the other way is Javier. That's where defense can lead to offense, and a missed goal can also lead to it as well.
Great long distance shot by Javier. And I'm talking about, and a demolition on top of that to add insult to injury.
Yes, demoing the car, getting the ball in the goal. The disrespect is real, but the respect lies in the hands of Javier and Ghost. Can Goober Strube and Jay Spalm get some respect on there? Look at that save. That's a good play right there. And they get it to go the other way, though.
Make no mistake about it. This matchup is not like any other matchup. This matchup is personal, simply because of the fact that one, Javier and Ghost has won up them time after time again. However, Goober Strube and Jay Spalm just had enough victories to qualify for the playoffs, and they've been on the road the respect tour for the last couple of weeks. And I'm telling you right now, it is just Javier and Ghost all over this first game. However, it's not too late for Goober Strube and Jay Spalm for the second game to turn that tide around.
It's not too late, but with 25 seconds left, it will be hard. You said time after time, Javier and Ghost are running up the score, and time after time, they're going again. If Goober Strube and Jay Spalm fall, there were nobody to catch them because this is the playoffs. They have 2 more games to go after this. 2 points on the board right now, looking like this game will go to Javier and Ghost.
Hey, Bordy, quick question. Where's the cheese?
The cheese? Well, I am so glad you asked, because with 9 seconds left, I still have permission to put it on before the end of the game. Bring on the cheese. We are mounting it on. Javier and those cheese up the score. And we'll be getting not only the cheese head, but the victory for this first match. Phil, what did you like about that match so far? Because there was a lot of action from Javier and Ghost.
I'm telling you, Javier and Ghost is treating Gooberstrube and J-Spawn like a speed bump. It's like, hey, you're the only ones in my way between my rematch between Killer Cam and Omi. And I'm telling you, they're focused, and they need to be, because they know what happened the last time they met up, and it wasn't in their favor. So now they definitely gotta put it in action.
No, speed bumps, you gotta slow down a little bit, but you could just cruise on by, ba-dump, and get over them. This is Wheels Wednesday, so I do like that analogy. But however, if you go on a speed bump, go past it a little bit too fast, you end up messing up your car and messing up your ability to stay in control. Will they stay in control of the lead? Let us see our second matchup between Javier and Ghost and Gooberstrube and J-Spawn. The battle of Houston-Tillerson versus Houston-Tillerson and Morehouse. Second matchup on the way shortly, but I love that so far. Very close initially, but got a little bit out of hand at the end. That's the tease.
Absolutely. But it's not over yet. No, it's not over yet. So now game 2 is officially underway. And honestly, I'm talking about, if I were Gooberstrube and J-Spawn, I would have to do some serious spoke too soon, because Ghost just showed up out of nowhere and just put the first point on the board. Great job.
And look at that, tried to get into that position to block that shot, but a little bit too late. And unfortunately, at least for Gooberstrube and J-Spawn, unable to get the goal and another goal.
Oh my goodness.
Sometimes you just get lucky, and that's what happened. Off the board on to the goal. Oh, a nice little flip in, little bicycle kick into the goal.
Nice little flicker there by Javier. So they're not wasting any time scoring. And so Gooberstrube and J-Spawn need to stop their momentum now.
They need to stop the momentum, because momentum, we've seen it in NBA 2K, really spell the deal. We've seen it in Madden, really seal the deal. And will we see it spell defeat for Javier and Ghost, or will Gooberstrube and J-Spawn get defeated in the end? Let us find out, as we see right here, possession by none other than Javier. Gooberstrube trying to take advantage and get the ball.
Gooberstrube just took out Javier, just straight demolished him, and oh my goodness, great shot.
And look at that setup right there, bouncing it off the backboard, and look at that, reaching up, young fella, J-Spawn, dunking it on down into the goal. There's only a 1 point difference in the score with 4 minutes left to go in this one.
And see, that's what you have to do. You got to get in position, just in case the ball just so happened to come your way. And that's exactly what happened.
Position is so important in this game. I mean, sometimes your teammate can set you up for a beaut. You just have to get it on down and into the goal. And look at that. Ooh, off the backboard, a double tap attempt does not go for J-Spawn.
Another back-to-back near misses. I know that got to be frustrating.
Oh no, it's definitely frustrating, especially down. Oh, and you know what else is frustrating? Just missing the ball into the goal. Who else but Javier? Javier is a former DoorDash MVP himself, trying to play like an MVP tonight. Hopefully he can get that title if he can rack up the score and continue to go to goal.
And I mean, Javier is just straight capitalizing on his opponent's mistake. And that's exactly what you're supposed to do in order to advance in the playoffs. So great job by Javier.
Yeah, capitalizing on opportunities to gain a little bit of capital. We're talking about $1,500 or $500 for second place. I know all these gamers so want is to just get a victory. Ooh, nice little save right here. But dangerous position as track star cleaning up the trash, getting it on in. Nice assist by the teammate known as Javier.
Ooh, that's what Ghost is saying. Ghost is just sneaking up behind him.
Sneaking up behind and trying.
Like Michael Myers, just sneaking up behind him and just taking advantage of their opponent's mistakes.
Yes, and it's looking like a scary movie if Javier and Ghost continue to rack up the score on Goober, Strube, and J-Spawn. They don't want to see this because Javier plays with the ball off the post. It's really dangerously close to getting more points and more points and more points on the board. Goober, Strube, and J-Spawn have to do something about it. But
oh my goodness! Done. And man, the nightmare continues. The nightmare continues. My goodness. Javier and Ghost, great communication, great setup. They're making a statement. They're trying to give it a good clean sweep, just like their future. There might be soon to be opponents. Now, I'm not speaking too soon because it's not too late for Goober, Strube, and J-Spawn. Now, if I were Goober, Strube, that's what I'm talking about. If I were Goober, Strube, I would have to do some serious defense right now.
Yes, it was Goober, Strube, Belsnickel, actually getting it into the goal. So nice job making some points happen on the board. That's what you need to continue to do. 2 minutes left, 3 points to go if you want to even up this score. But JBR, that's Javier, doesn't want to see that happen. They want to wrap this up as soon as possible. Let's see what happens. 2 minutes left to go in this one.
And I'm talking about your goal got to be on the lock, like the Federal Reserve. You got to be there. You got to be on that tight security to keep that ball from reaching your goal.
Yeah, Belsnickel with a nice clear right there, but good defense to recover on the other end by Ghost, making sure to get back possession. Goober, Strube trying to recover, trying to get back in a position to stop the goal. And the biggest defender in that one was just the wall.
Well, that was a tough miss. But it was very fortunate for Goober, Strube, and J-Spawn. They do have a little bit of time to close the gap, but they have to score quick.
They do have just a little bit of time. There is a chance. Cue up Jim Carrey saying, so you're saying there is a chance, but an attempt on goal right there by both these aggressive players and Javier and Ghost. There's not going to be many chances when you're going against them.
You got 1 minute remaining, which means they have to score every 20 seconds, and that's a tough feat when you're facing Javier and Ghost. They got to get possession of that ball.
Good saving all around. I believe that was Javier that made a clutch save over there. Belsnickel trying to be aggressive. Goober, Strube as well. But, who is the ultimate aggressor in this one? JBR, Javier. His initials are ACM, but he's making it look like a movie AMC. Making sure to roll the credits on this one. Trying to roll the credits. And Goober, Strube, and J-Spawn's journey.
My goodness. And just like Ahmed A and Cody Clips, now they got to put in that work. They got to win 3 straight games in a row, and that is tough.
3 straight games in a row against Javier and Ghost. Their only enemy so far has been Killer Kaminomi. I'm putting on the cheese with 7 points on the board. They've been racking up the score. It's the same score that we saw in the last game. 10 seconds just about left in this matchup, and it's looking like Javier and Ghost continue to spook the competition away.
Absolutely. You got 2 seconds left. 1, and that is it. Ball still in the air. Oh, ball still in the air. Wait a minute. Ball still in the air.
Somebody can get a last-minute goal, but it
Oh.
wouldn't mean much as Javier and Ghost continue their terror. Nightmares being seen all over the place. Goober, Stroop, and Jace Long just trying to get out this bad dream that is known as their competition. Javier and Ghost. They've been running up the score, man.
Hey, Goober, Stroop. Hey, Jace Bomb. It's time to clock in, man. It's time to go to work. It's time to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to go to work.
It's time to go to work and wrap this thing on up. If there is one more game won by Javier and Ghost, they will end up going to who else? The competition that we've seen between Hillicam and Omi. But that's not to say that Goober, Stroop, and Jace Bomb can't make a return comeback. Anything is possible. We've seen Kevin Garnett say, if I remember, there was somebody called LeBron James that came back from the 3-1 deficit and was able to beat the Golden State Warriors, who broke several records. So can 4 games be brought into a row by these teams? I'm sorry, 3 games be brought into a row by Goober, Stroop, and Jace Bomb. Let's see who Javier and Ghost make light work of this one.
We'll see about that. We will definitely see.
We will definitely see. We're queuing up this score. We're queuing up the game, to see what will happen. And game queued, kickoff time about to happen. 1 more game left, or 3 or 4 more to go. Let's find out.
To answer your question, Bordy, it is entirely up to Goober, Stroop, and Jace Bomb. And my advice to them is do not be discouraged. You got to stay focused. You got to stay aggressive, and you got to stay relentless, because right now Javier and Ghost are definitely on the driver's seat, and you definitely gotta change the tide to your favor.
Got to take off the cheese hat, because even though they cheesed up the score in the last 2 games, not anything is guaranteed except for Javier finding a way into the goal. He's been racking it up. It's between him and Hillicam in terms of MVP status.
Right. Now, the thing is between Javier and Killer Cam is that Killer Cam didn't rack up to 7 points on the previous match. Right now, Javier is just dominating right now, and so it's still early to tell whether or not Javier deserve that MVP this week. But Goober, Stroop, and Jace Bomb, they definitely got to have some defense. They definitely got to be on that Dikembe Mutombo mode in order for that. And my goodness, I spoke way too soon, because Javier scored again.
You said Dikembe Mutombo, they need to play that defense, but offensively, JVR, that's Javier, has been Steph Curry. Points upon points upon points, pouring it onto the competition. Goober, Stroop, and Jace Bomb back against the wall, but not making many things happen. As who else? 3 points. I just said Steph Curry. Javier playing like an MVP. That's 3. That's
Man, I'm telling you, Javier and Ghost is now it's getting to their heads like a sew-in. It's ridiculous.
Getting to their heads like a sew-in, but you need to make sure that the track ain't showing, or else that weed's gonna look toe up. Get Goober, Stroop, and Jace Bomb tear up that weed. Show the track, show a line to the goal. Let's see, because their goal right now is just to win, just this 1 game, and they do it.
Yes, they can. They can. They have plenty of time. It's just that 3-0 is a 3-0 gap right now. So now Goober, Stroop, and Jace Bomb, they gotta do something. They gotta hulk up. They gotta do something quick. Power up. Something.
Power up. Sierra said level up, level up, level up. And that's only appropriate as we use these supersonic high-powered battle cars. We know who else iconic, outrageous, crazy, funky fresh. That is Javier JBC. Oh my God, JBR, I'm apologizing. This guy's amazing.
And I'm talking about, I mean, Javier and Ghost is just dominating right now. I mean, Goober Stroob and Jace Baum, you could tell that they're slowing up. You could tell by the way they're playing right now that they're starting to give up. And I wouldn't advise that because, I mean, yes, the score. Oh boy.
Might have to give it a cheese head when he said don't give up, but continue.
Right. I'm going to say it again. Do not give up. Don't quit. The game is not over until the time says 0.
And to quote one of my favorite YouTube videos, never give up. Never let things happen, because if you guess what, if you let things happen, good things will happen
there you
on
go.
the other end if you keep on fighting. Goober Stroob and Jace Baum finally get 1 point on the board. It's been Belsnickel who has been their offensive scorer. I see Goober Stroob playing defense. I see Jace Baum playing offense, but not enough offense, at least not yet. But there's still 2 minutes left to go in this one.
Quick question. Didn't Rocky Balboa, before he beat Apollo Creed, didn't he take a beating?
Oh yes, definitely took a beating. A harsh beating, in fact.
Exactly. And it's all about perseverance. Perseverance and determination. You can't just let the game go. You still have some time. Not enough, just enough time, but you got to play with urgency.
Oh, yeah. To quote one of my favorite YouTube videos, you talk about determination. It's 11-year anniversary in a couple days for so much determination, though. Who could be the Greg Jennings on this one? Will it be Belsnickel making the team come back with so much power?
That's what I'm talking about.
Play? I mean, the score might be broke, their leg might be broke, but they got that determination to make sure they can come back in this one. But only a minute and 30 seconds left. Who knows who this could go to?
That's right. So now is a 3-point game. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep fighting. You got to do it. And that is exactly what they're doing. That is what I'm talking about.
Let us go. 3 scores in a row. You know what? You can't let them come back and creep back, because you know what might happen. You might get beat. And with a minute and 20 seconds left to go, 2 scores, it can be done, Phil.
It's playoff time. It's playoff time. And now it is a 1-point game. Just like that.
Coming alive.
That is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. That is exactly what you have to do.
And they did it. They tied the game in only a couple of seconds. What is happening? Javier Goes having a meltdown of the century.
I'll tell you what happened. Goober Stroob and Jace Baum woke up. That's exactly what happened. That's what is happening right now. And once upon a time, about a minute and a half ago, it was a 5-point game, and now the game is tied up.
You know what? Katy Perry said she's wide awake, and it's looking like Goober Stroob and Jace Baum are wide awake right now as well. Tie ball game. There's intensity going on. Oh, but look at that. Ghost and Javier aren't going to let us ghost on them. They are up 1 right here and taking advantage of all of the hype, all of the energy, trying to suck that away from Goober Stroob and Jace Baum.
Got a little under a minute left to go. It still could be anybody's game. Can they force an overtime in this matchup, in this game?
Can they force an overtime? Can they force a W the other way? Goober Stroob and Jace Baum effectively fighting for their HEA careers, or at least for this season, the inaugural season, on the backboard. Couldn't let it happen, and a clear the other way. Ooh, so close to tying this game.
They got to get that ball out of Javier's possession. And just like that, it's a tied game.
It is a tie game. Cooper Stroop and Chase Ball won't go down fighting, won't go down without some punches, getting some haymakers in at the last second. It's all tied. Are we going to overtime? Or will somebody win it? 20 seconds left to go. Let's find out.
Every second counts. Every second counts.
Oh, every second. Oh, they could have won right
there
and forced the game 4. Game 3, I'm sorry. This is game 3 right now. Could go to 4. Will there be more? I do know there will be more of this matchup right here. Ball in the air. Who will do what? We're going to overtime.
All right, it's do or die time. Here we go.
And look at that. Oh, on a run was Goober Strube and Jay Spahn. It was looking like they were going to end up defeated. Instead,
so close. So close. Can they capitalize on Javier's mistake? Oh, he missed.
They're so close, yet so far.
Oh, and just like that, Goober Strube and Jay Spahn survives. That is what I'm talking about.
Victory. Of course, they haven't won the series, but I think they live to fight another day. Jay Spahn on the ropes, coming back alive. Who guessed that they are getting up and coming? One of the players in our graveyards. Well, guess what? You guessed it, because Cooper Stroop and Jay Spahn are living again, going to another match in this tournament.
That is exactly what I'm talking about. They forced a game 4. Can they force a game 5?
We will see. We will see. I didn't think that I would see that comeback, Spillage. That was crazy. We thought they were on the ropes, coming back, getting 4 points in a row. I don't know what happened to Javier and Ghost. It seems like they ghosted away from their controllers, because guess what? Goober Strube and guess who? It was Belsnickel, a.k.a. a champion coming back. Well, not quite champions yet. Of course, they still have to gain a couple more points and more things. But Jay Spahn coming back and making sure that, hey, it go to another game. That was exciting.
Absolutely. And see, the thing is about Javier and Ghost, they got too laxed. They got too, they relaxed when they was up by 5. They said, hey, I got this. We got this. We're going straight to championship. And all of a sudden, here comes Goober Strube and Jay Spahn saying, not so fast. Who do you think you're talking to? I'm not going anywhere. The game is not over. We're still alive in this. And just like that, game 4 coming up.
We said never give up. I said so much determination, though. Shout out to Greg Jennings with a broke leg, a broke score coming back. Green and gold, just like Greg Jennings in that video. Who will get the gold at the end of this matchup? Let's see. Kickoff on the way. Uber Strube and Jay Spahn have some work to do still. One loss is a loss.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They still got work to do. And my goodness, Ghost once again putting the first score on the board.
First score ain't no joke. He isn't Ghost. He was Ghost at the end of this matchup, but it's coming back alive like a zombie, trying to put some points on the board. Javier and Ghost up 1 early.
And I'm telling you, Javier and Ghost now, I'm pretty sure they're wide awake now. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure they learned from their last game. It was like, okay, these guys are not joking. They're not playing around. They're here to win. So we got to beat them while we still can. We got to beat them early. And
good save right there by JBR. That's Javier. Good opportunity right there as we see the ball in the side of the court of Javier and Ghost. Belsnickel trying to be aggressive with the shot. It's going the other way as we see it clear.
I'm telling you, they're Gooberstrube and J Spalm, their fighting spirit lives on. They want a piece of Killer Cam and Omi. They want a piece of them in the championships. They want to show them, hey, we're no pushovers. You will respect our name by the end of this season.
You know, it's like when you're playing video games, you played all last year, like sitting back, having a good time, but then you lean in because you're serious about the action. You want to stay alive. You want more money, but you know who wants the green even more? Probably JVR. That's Javier and Ghost.
Great setup by Ghost. It was a nice little bounce that ball went over Gooberstrube, and then all of a sudden here comes Javier to complete that setup. Great teamwork by Javier and Ghost. 2-0. Still plenty of time to catch up.
Yeah, we saw at the end coming back 3 or 4 points, putting points on the board. You know, this is Rocket League. Anything could happen. In a couple of seconds, we see it right here. JVR didn't quite have the angle. This ball is going to be reset. And into the goal.
Now it is a 3-point game.
Yes, JVR, a 3-point game, but we've seen Gooberstrube and J-Spalm come back. They need to put some points on the board. 2 minutes, 43 seconds left. Kickoff on the way.
Now, Gooberstrube and J-Spalm definitely need to play with aggression now. They cannot be relaxed. They cannot give in to Javier and Ghost. They have to keep on pushing.
Yeah, so you had the benefit of the doubt. You had the fact that Javier and Ghost were cruising away. So it was very easy to lose focus. But it seems like they've regained a little bit of that focus. Ooh, good job, Gooberstrube blocking and saving that shot. Ooh, and another one right there. Goob's coming through in the clutch when it comes to defense.
And defense is definitely the key, but you got to be aggressive. You got to get that ball out of Javier's possession, because if not, he's going to make you pay every single time. And a huge pinch between 3 competitors.
Yeah, those 3 competitors were trying to get the ball into the goal. They're all fighting for each other with the ball. As you see a clear right here, JVR getting something to go down. Doesn't work. Going the other side. Ooh, there's numbers. Didn't quite get it. So Bells Nickel will reset right here. That's J-Spalm.
Right. And right now, Javier is holding on to the ball as long as possible, making sure that there is absolutely no deja vu from the last game.
Yes, they've been on defense, Bells, Nickel, and Gooberstrube. A minute left to go there. It already put some points on the board at this point. They need to put some points up now because time is dwindling. Have a shot on goal. Ooh, a good save right here. That's by who else but Javier.
Well, I know one thing. Gooberstrube and J-Spalm, their tour of respect is closing in. They got to do something fast. They got to do something quick.
Yes, Javier was the MVP all game long. Kind of fell off the last matchup. Coming back again with some good defensive work. What is Ghost doing? Kind of just twiddling up in the air, and Gooberstrube takes advantage.
There you go.
There's still opportunity to get some points on the board. Still.
There you go. They got to score quick, and they got to score fast. They got to do something quick.
Quickly. Run fast. We're fast. You know that's what the tracks are known as.
Wait a minute! Did you just see that?
What happened? Where's the defense?
I tell you what happened. Gooberstrube just zoomed in. He did a fake kickoff and just scored just like that. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know if Javier and Ghost will just want to make this interesting just cause, but it is interesting. There's an opportunity to tie it here with a couple seconds left. The goal is wide open. Can they block the shot? They end up doing it, but the other way.
Oh my God! Just like that is a tie game again.
They are
they force a game 5? Will they force a game 5?
Oh, and game 5, it's winner takes all. It doesn't matter what happened at the end. It just matters what happens now. And now it appears that we might be going into overtime. Ball still in the air. We are.
Here we go.
Here we go. The kickoff. Not going in anyone's favor. Ooh, ping pong all over the place. It's in. Ooh.
Oh, what a save!
Good save.
Oh, man. That save. Oh, another save. Oh, another miss by Javier. And he might pay for that miss. He just might pay for that miss. He missed 3 close ones. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, but the ball is still on their side. I don't know. Ooh, look at that. Oh, the goal is wide open. The goal is wide open. This could be their chance. Oh, Javier with the ball, doing a crosser. Can the teammate finish? Oh, a clear. Nice job by Gooberstrom. Now their goal is wide open, but good job redirecting the ball by Ghost.
I'm telling you, Bordy, pressure bust pipes, and somebody's pipes are about to get bust in just a few moments.
Just a few moments. I'm already clattering on my teeth. I'm already biting my nails, metaphorically at least. A shot on goal opportunity. Can they make it happen? Ooh,
great defense by Javier. They're fighting over it like hungry wolves over a raw steak. They're going for it. They're fighting for a championship. Oh, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, game 5 is coming.
And Obi, the true killers, and Jake's ball coming out of nowhere, getting the victory, snatching the victory away from Javier and Ghost. And now they have an opportunity. One more game on the line. Anybody's game, game 5, happening right now. Still, this is so exciting.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now the match is tied. The 5th game is win or go home. Now we're gonna see who's gonna put in the most work.
Now we're gonna see who's gonna put in the most work, who's gonna go away with the cheese, cash money, cheddar, baby. Of course, these players are getting $50 per win, so they've already accumulated $100 each, but they're trying to get more money because if you advance, you get an opportunity for $500 or $1,500, and I'm sure they all want the top prize here. They're playing like it at least. And we've seen these players go back and forth, so even if you're down initially, these players can come right back, Spill. That's what's been so exciting about these couple matches.
Absolutely, just like that, just like the Tara Strong in the Olympic Games when she was only limping, she was on 1 foot. But you know what she did? After that, she planted that landing. She planted that landing, injured it all. Determination. That's what it's all about. And here we go with game 5.
Ooh, and Javier, like he's been doing all these games, scoring early. Only 6 seconds with this one, 12 officially on the count there. So we'll see what happens. But this has been a nail-biter. So 1 score doesn't mean much, at least in these matchups.
Javier and Ghost has to be frustrated. They got to be frustrated because they've been waiting on their rematch between Killer Cam and Omi for the longest time, and that might not happen. They might not happen because apparently they just realized something. Somebody is hungrier than they are.
Oh, but who's looking hungry? It's been Javier, at least initially, in all these matchups, getting goal after goal after goal. We're going to name Killer Cam the MVP, but if they end up getting it now, who knows? Javier might snatch that MVP away from Killer Cam because he's been playing like a killer. But so is Gooberstrom and J-Spam as of late.
Gooberstrom and J-Spam respect tour continues. It's been like this over the past couple of weeks. They've been fighting, they've been clawing. Have they been taking losses? Yes, but you know what? They still fighting.
You have to fight in order to get the goal, but Javier is feeling mad. He said, I let those 2 games get away from me. I'm trying to kill them right here. 3 goals already, 4 minutes left to go, but as we've seen, it's still anyone's game. This score means nothing.
Well, I know one thing. If I was Goober Stroob and Jace Baum, I would get into Javier's head like a psychiatrist. I would get on him quick, fast, in a hurry. I would make him frustrated. But my goodness, they are putting in the work. Javier by himself is putting in the work. He's like, hey, I'm done playing with you guys. It's time to close this.
You've heard of Jordan Game 6 Javier trying to be like an MVP right now, showing off his work, killing Goober, Stroob, and Jace Baum. But with 4 minutes left to go, it's still anyone's matchup. Goober, Stroob with the ball, trying to make something happen.
Goober, Stroob, and Jace Baum, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. This is it.
This is it. We've seen in the last minute scores in abundance by Goober, Stroob, and Jace Baum. Although Javier and Ghost make work quickly, it seems like they make work towards the end. It doesn't matter what happens, though. Tortoise or the hare, whoever has the most points wins. Let's see. Can they get some points on the board, Phil?
I mean, they did it before. They can definitely do it again. It's just that now they have to get that ball out of Javier's possession, because right now Javier is playing like a man possessed. And oh, what a miss! Oh, wow, what a close miss by Javier. Javier is so determined right now. He wants to close this real quick. He refused to let this Cinderella story be happen between Goober, Stroob, and Jace Baum.
Oh no, this is his one shining moment. You talk about Cinderella stories. We've seen March Madness happen, and JBR Javier playing like a madman right now.
I'm telling you, that's anger. That is anger, what you're seeing. He is upset. He is frustrated. He was like, look, I have not gone this far just to be eliminated the first round of playoffs. No, something's got to give right now. And right now, if I were Goober, Stroob, good save.
Good save.
Stroob, I would have to do something quick. Oh my goodness! And he drove himself to the goal line to make sure that 6 points is on the board.
It went from this being anyone's game to me looking at that cheese head longingly. Javier has been tilted. You talked about how tilting can get you out the game, but right now it's putting Javier back into it. Right now, seeing blood in his eye, trying to go for blood right here, trying to get another goal on top of this one.
Listen, Goober, Stroob, and Jace Baum, I know Javier is angry, but you got to get angrier. You got to get angrier. You got to play now. You got to really fight, because I'm telling you, Javier, man, Javier just put 7 points on the board by himself.
I talked about it. Determination, character, skill. You got to want the glory, and that's what Javier wants, trying to get MVP, 7 points by himself. You heard about Jordan, game 6. He's trying to go for 7. Javier.
Oh, man, this is
Mamba.
I mean, I've seen a 5-point comeback, but a 7-point comeback in less than 2 minutes left. Ugh. I mean, it's not looking good for Goober, Stroob, and Jace Baum. They got to do something. Oh, my goodness.
That's it. The cheese is on. A minute 33. I love Goober, Stroob, and Jace Baum. They fought so violently, so much determination, though, in order to make it happen. But rocking that green and gold with the cheese head on it, it turns out that the real Greg Jennings all along might have been Javier with the determination after getting smacked in the middle of these matchups.
I'm telling you.
8 points by himself. 8 points by himself.
I'm telling you, Javier is making a statement. Killer Cam, Omer, you watching? Good, I'm coming for you.
Coming for you like a shark, got blood in the water, smelling and trying to beast and feast, getting possession of the ball, looking it the other way. Hoover, Strube, and Chase Baum desperately trying to make something happen, but with 1 minute left to go, 8 points, the ball going the
Oh my goodness!
Who else but Javier?
And I mean 9 points on the board by himself. Javier is raining down on Goober, Strube, and Chase Baum like a wrath of God. It is ridiculous.
He is the god of war, getting down a little bit early, but it turns out that the real champion, the real heart of a warrior, the real heart of a Titan, the god right now in this matchup is Javier, who another opportunity to get a shot at Eagles.
Oh my goodness, are you serious? 10 points by himself? Wow. Wow, what a statement. What a statement made. Oh my goodness.
You know, after having some of the worst games of his life, has the very best game that I've seen from one individual player in Rocket League, getting 10 goals back to 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 back. Oh, and denying the ball on top of that. This player is angry and wants to get the cash money, y'all.
So this is what Javier is like when he's angry. This man put 10 points. I've never seen 10 double digits on a score of Rocket League before.
I have never seen it before, especially from one player, Goober Strube, getting a point in, but with 6 seconds left to go. I've seen a lot of crazy things in Rocket League, including from them themselves, Goober Strube and J-Spam, but I've never seen anything as crazy as Javier.
Man.
The team on his back, though, making sure that he has so much determination, though. It don't matter if he won all them other games, he's going on to the next round. Javier and Ghost, you're going on and potentially getting that green cash money.
What a statement made by Javier. Javier just said it best. This is my world and you're just visiting.
Playing out his mind. I said he was playing like Steph Curry. It's a Steph Curry-like takeover performance right there. 10 points in a row to score after score. What are you going to do against that spill? Killer Cam and Omi, should they be on alert?
Hands down, this is without a doubt the best matchup this entire season.
Oh, yes.
Hands down. I mean, without a single doubt in my mind.
No.
And see, if Javier play like this against Killer Cam and Omi, then Killer Cam and Omi might get a rude awakening.
Oh, yes.
Because my goodness, Javier was like, you know what? That's it. My headset's off. I don't want to hear nothing. I'm going to play now. I'm going ahead and dry my hands, wipe the sweat off my hands. About to go ahead and, all right, here we go.
Like I said, is when you're playing video games while Lax not really caring, you lean in for the kill. That's exactly what they did. But in terms of this matchup, it had everything. It had big scores in the beginning, a potential MVP performance, an underdog story in the middle. Oh, disappointment turned into glory. It looked like they had a chance, but at the end of the day, there was only one, and that guy's name was Javier. MVP performance, Jordan, game 6. That's his flu game, boys and girls. Coming at it. The final shot didn't even need to take place because guess what? He was the final sayer, final doer. And the final judgment ended up going Javier and Ghost's favor.
And you know something? I mean, we discussed this earlier of who's the MVP, well, this is definitely there's nothing to discuss on this one. This is definitely Javier. Is all Javier. This man put in the work just to save. I mean, he was like, "Oh no, you're not gonna get famous off of my expense." No. Oh no. I came this far just so you can come back on me. No, no, sir. The clock strikes 12 tonight.
You know, the sun is setting, at least in my neck of the woods, but I feel another star is being born and brought out into the light. That star's name is Javier. And thank you so much, viewers, for looking at that exciting event. We're going to throw it into break. Although I know you're waiting for more action, we have some NASCAR coming up soon. But first, we have to put a bow in the Rocket League action, including that amazing matchup we just saw between Javier and Ghost. And special shout out to the players known as Rupert Sherman and Face Bomb, fighting valiantly, but ultimately falling. Right now, we're throwing to Gillette to make sure her faces are groomed after nail biting, sweating all over the place for that one.
What's up, guys? My name is John Cotton, and I work and own John Cotton Studios in New York City. As you can see, I love gaming, and you probably do too, but you gotta be groomed when gaming. So I'm here to give you some tips and help you get groomed to game. I need a Gillette Shave Gel 2-in-1 and my HEA Gillette Skin Guard Razor. These two work wonders together. Now just clean your face, rinse with warm water, and towel dry. Now we're going to use that Gillette Fusion 2-in-1 gel, and we're going to lather up our face in circular motions wherever we decide to shave. Now it's time to grab the Gillette Fusion razor and let's shave. The thing I like about this razor is the ball in the middle. It curves. It rounds your face and is able to give you that sharp edge that I like. It also cut hair to surface level to prevent razor bumps. Now let's clean your face and rinse with warm water. Let's towel dry. Remote control interception! Now just you are cleaned up, you are ready to hit the yard looking your best.
What's up? My name is Sherrod Martin, and I work at Superb Grooming Studio Barbershop in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm here today to get you groomed to game. As a former NFL player that loves to play Madden, I mean like die hard, I'm gonna give you some shaving tips to give you that confidence. The Gillette 2-in-1 shaving gel, and I also got my Gillette Skin Guard. These two are essential. So starting out with a shave, we're gonna start with a nice lather. The next step after I lather up, I like to come with a hot towel. Relaxing, release stress, comfort with a nice little heat, but it also opens up the pores. Then I come with my razor. I just do some nice strokes. Hey, you look good, you play good, baby. Now you're ready to hit the yard.
Let me tell you something. That is what I call Rocket League action right here.
Yeah.
And if you think that's something, next week, you're about to ask a simple question. The question is this: what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? It's been a long time coming, and it's coming next week. The championships. This will close it out. This will be the last say of who is the best team in Rocket League. It is Killer Cam versus Javier and Ghost.
Oh no, we just saw a killer matchup between Javier and Ghost and Goober Shrooms and J-Spawn, but we also saw the killers formerly known as Killer Cam and Omi. They ain't no former killers, they actually serial killing the league right here. But Don Javier and Ghost, especially Javier, this is why I win the T-side. Undeniable, the DoorDash MVP of this game. That was the best matchup I've ever seen in my life. And there's sure more to come with this next final matchup between the two. Either way, the champions go away with $500, but they want that $1,500.
That's right. That's right. You talk about Tyson and Holyfield. You talk about LeBron and Kobe. You talk about Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. You talk about Apollo Creed and Rocky Balboa. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. And you definitely don't want to miss it. Next week, the championships. Until then, Spillage, Boy and McBoy, big shout out to everybody involved. Have a great night.
Have a great night, guys. And NASCAR Heat 5 action coming up soon. Me, Kenny Lee, continuing the excitement, driving around this course, driving all over the pitch. Now it's time to make those left turns, baby. More excitement on the way coming up soon.
Swerve right, swerve left, swerving. Let's do it. NASCAR coming.
Hello, everyone. And after seeing a crazy end to Rocket League here on HEA Esports Live, The Yard, presented by Gillette, we are revving up. We're turning left. We are heading our way down to Darlington and taking a trip with Keyboardy McBoard and Kenny Lee. Kenny, I know you just saw that matchup, and now it's time for some more matchups.
Man, you know what? It's crazy. I was just like making the comparison in my head to any race that I've seen in the past, and I can remember a couple that were back and forth and between two of the best drivers in the world, and that itself was crazy. I've seen a couple over times in other sports like basketball. We were just talking about the UConn game in Madison Square Garden. Oh, Big East with the real UConn out there,
right?
And man, I have seen some, but you know, I don't know if we're gonna get NASCAR over time because that's also a thing in NASCAR. So we're gonna see how these boys and girls handle Darlington Raceway tonight.
Yeah, you said boys and girls. Shout out to Black Bunny, the only girl in our competition, at least so far in these matchups. NASCAR Heat 5 standings. Dev, the dude, has racked up a win, and so has that guy DJ from Claflin. But you have players like Killer Cam, Trick Bag, the real MVP, Radio Raheem, Risk Taker, and Black Bunny. You see this money is a huge difference in money. Only one win, but still $400 from Dev the Dude and $300 from that guy DJ. This money is looking great, Kenny.
Man, look, I don't know why anybody else ain't come out here and get this free money, man. You see, my man Dev the Dude, at least from my knowledge, I have seen him every single week. He is not missing the bag. That's how you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go out there and get that money, man. Are you in college too? Come on. In college, it's not like you got a full-time job, but we in college. Come on now. I know you and me both know. When you were in college, you needed some money. You know, I know everybody do. Come on now. Get your paper up.
Get your paper up, and that's exactly what that guy DJ has done only in one game at Madden. That's actually ridiculous with $1,700 plus 50. That's great. That's the dude, again, using that advice, going in PGA and NASCAR, and that's why the money, $1,500, looking real nice for them. And we've seen these standings last time. We'll just make light of it because we're about to start this NASCAR action, Kenny. We're heading down to Darlington. And Darlington, that's in South Carolina, not too far from where you and me have both lived in ATL, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, Darlington is not far away from where I'm at now. Out here in Charlotte, it's just roughly 2 hours away. And that track has such an interesting history. It is one of the oldest tracks in NASCAR. It's been around since 1950. The Labor Day tradition then started what we still have today, as NASCAR still goes to Darlington twice a year. Coming up in about 2 weeks, and then also during the summer, or at least the last day of summer, so to speak, at Labor Day, and that tradition has been there for so long. And it's amazing that track itself was really made in an egg shape due to minnow farms nearby the track, right? Of all things, right? You know, of all things, right? Fish caused a little bit of a problem, but the way the deal was, look, I'm gonna buy this land for you, and you know, once that happened, they built the track right there where nobody thought they could, and 72 years later, it's still a thing, and it's one of the most historic tracks in NASCAR, and also one of the toughest, known as the Lady in Black, like I referenced last week.
Ooh, the Lady in Black, a tough match against the track. We just saw a tough matchup in Rocket League, so more tough action. That sounds really enticing. But what's really enticing or interesting to me, minnow farms, just a fishing spot. What's the difference in making sure that this track, instead of being an oval shape like they wanted it to be, was an egg shape? I mean, I feel like nothing goes better than NASCAR with some fishing too, but for fish, come on now.
Yeah, it was a simple deal. I think the minnow farms are actually still there in Darlington, South Carolina, right off the racetrack. But that was the most important thing, that farmer that sold that land to Barrington the First. I'm sorry, his grandson is the third. But once that happened, they built the track and that deal was done. And it has a very unique shape. No other track on NASCAR looks anywhere near it. And it's one of the most different tracks. It's a true old racetrack, but at the same time, it over the years just has not lost that luster. If you have a chance to go to Darlington, I would highly recommend it. It's quite a racetrack, but it's a tough one for drivers, and it puts on quite a show as well.
Old but still salacious. Just because you're old doesn't mean you can't still put on a show, honey. And this is what these racers are trying to do. As you see Cut right here, trying to use that drafting technique. We talked a little bit about how important drafting was for Talladega, but how important, you talked about how difficult this is. How important is drafting and that drafting strategy in this track as well?
Yeah, so Darlington, drafting isn't always necessarily the biggest thing. Of course, when you're in a situation like Cut was there, where he was right behind his next car that he had to pass, it's really crucial there. But you see, like in a situation where you don't really have anybody by yourself, the best thing you're going to do is make sure you put down a fast lap. And as you can see right here, that guy DJ is coming right outside of turn 2. Now, it's a special thing about turn 2. So there is a distinctive little kink in the wall, and drivers have hit that in the past, and typically it creates what they call a Darlington stripe. Now, great Kyle Petty, son of Richard Petty, who won 200 races in NASCAR at the time, he said, look, it's not a Darlington stripe if you hit somewhere else but that rail. Now, if you hit the wall somewhere else, you just hit the wall. Now, you hit that wall coming out of turn 2, you got yourself a Darlington stripe. That is how that was birthed. And if you go back and look in history and look at quite a few pictures from the past, you'll see drivers have made that mistake in practice and even in the actual race itself where they've hit that wall. But, hey, look, you got to keep going. But it can be a hard hit for some folks, and some learn. If you can tame this track, you are an absolute beast of a driver. As that guy DJ seems like he's not doing too bad himself right now, as I believe we are under caution.
Yeah, that guy DJ, he talked about how good he is. We're going into caution, so that means, players get an opportunity, a free pitting opportunity. We'll see if that comes to play. I think we're at 13%. So, we might not, we might will. It just depends on how things are going. But you talked a little bit, that guy DJ, maintaining control of this beast right here. Winner of last week. Let's see if they can continue to rack up those good speed and make sure that they can get back victory like they did last week. But you talked a little bit about that turn, that chipper. You talked about the big crash. So there's a big crash in Talladega, but there's also big crashes here on this track as well.
Well, no big crashes normally. I've seen a few every once in a while, but at the same time, I've seen some pretty big hits. It's crazy because I think for Darlington's sake, is we've got the 16 car going around there. You won't necessarily get a big hit all the time, but you will get a couple crashes here and there. As Cut 1, 2, 3, just a victim. There was nothing he could do there in that situation. But Darlington, trying to avoid the wreck is usually not your biggest worry. One of your biggest worries is the racetrack itself, which sounds crazy, but you have to tame the racetrack. You have to be the one to put down consistent laps. And also, we talked about pitting just a moment ago after that last caution. This place obliterates tires. I mean, absolute obliteration. I mean, your average person on a street car is never going to understand it. Now, I know, unfortunately, there's some fellas and some ladies out there that don't really check their tires in real life now. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly who y'all are riding the tires until they get bald. Man, listen.
No, we can't.
And see, people be doing that, talking about something, man, I should have rotated my tires. I thought when the mechanic said, I rotate my tires, I thought I do that every day. No. That don't work. That don't work like that. That doesn't work like that. But, here, in all seriousness, it just absolutely destroys tires. So with that being said, when your tires go away here, your lap times go slower and slower and slower. I believe the record here is around 26 seconds for a lap time around here. And when you're doing that, I'm going to be PG with it, but you are hauling the mail when that happens. Because, I mean, my God, you have got to be on it. And I mean, you have to be absolutely on it here because you see how the 9 car right there was getting loose off the corner.
Yeah.
You got to make sure, and you can't get into your fellow competitor here going into turns 1 and 2 because it gets very narrow. As you can see, the 9
Yes.
and cut. That little angle right there closes up on you so fast because you think you have that much time, but it comes up on you so quick. It is very hard to go side by side right in that little pocket right there coming out of 1 and 2. It's an easy way to get a Darlington stripe as well.
I'm glad that you talked about the narrowness of the track when I talk about the groove that you see right there, the place that you need to go to in order to optimize your speed. It seems like it's just so small in this track, much smaller than Talladega, where it's nice and wide and open and everyone has an equal opportunity. It feels like if you need to pass somebody, if you need to make a move, like you said, you can end up making a strike right there because you only have but so much opportunity, as you see Killer Cam up trying to find a way to navigate through this one.
Yeah, here it's really a game of you got to play chess. I know last week I said it's almost like playing chess at 200 miles an hour. Here it's a little bit slower than that, but like I said, when you come in side by side in 1 and 2 and you're going 160, 170 miles an hour, again, that closes up on you just like that. There's no wide space here at Talladega. It's you, the red and white wall, and you better hope you don't get into it. You better hope you don't get into somebody else. But yeah, Darlington is an absolute beast, and the best of the best, honestly. If you look here at that guy DJ, so he's getting a little bit low in his entry, and then he's bringing the car up just a tick to the wall. Now, if you want to get crazy and you want to have some of the fastest lap times that some guys can do it, is you get as close to that wall as possible. And I mean, in real life, some of those guys are a mere inches. You know how you feel when finals weeks comes up and you're that close to just saying, I'm done with school. That close, like that close. Yeah. That's how close you are when you get to the wall at Darlington. But those that can master it, they graduate with a trophy, just as anybody would graduate with a degree. That's how that works. I'm telling you, it is a different track, but I absolutely love Darlington. One of my favorites, no doubt.
Oh, no, and I absolutely love that analogy because these players are not only navigating this treacherous track, but also navigating their finals. So they're probably feeling the closeness against that wall, like they are closest to maybe potentially dropping out, but hopefully they don't. They got the cash money coming as you see that guy, DJ, coming towards, I believe, maybe that first spot right there, really close to that player, gaining some traction, gaining some speed. So you like what that guy DJ is doing, I believe getting close to what that's called the apron right there inside of that track, and then trying to go towards maybe closer to that wall.
Yeah, and so even some guys coming out of turns 3 and 4, like that guy DJ did, he can get up to that wall now. I don't know how much he has been practicing, but if you can get yourself up there, you can get the car hooked up. Now you can run some pretty fast lap times, especially on a fresh set of tires. I know right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you hadn't pitted on that last caution, I'm sure most of those drivers right now are needing tires. You see, the 16 gets into the wall right there. He got himself a stripe. That was a real one. I'm gonna give him that one. You see, he gets back up to the top lane and then he hops back to the bottom, but you really want to be able to try and get that car hooked up where it rides smoothly right off the top of turns 3 and 4. And once you do that, you can put down a super quick lap time, especially on the fresh tires. Now, older tires you kind of got to work your way either towards the middle groove or to the bottom for some people know how to make it work, but that's just one of the key things here at Darlington. And again, like I said, if you have not watched a race at Darlington, I can tell you right now there are several ones that you should go back and watch. As you can see, we got a couple guys going down pit road right now trying to get some fresh tires, and you see what I mean? You're screaming for tires. You got to have them. They are one of the most important things in the world. So, 2003 in Darlington had one of the closest finishes in NASCAR history, and I mean those guys were coming off of turns 3 and 4 side by side. They were pretty much hung together almost. They were right against each other, coming straight to the line.
Which is hard because this track is very narrow, so I can only imagine it must have been like an inch apart in real life, honestly.
Man, it was so small of a margin of victory, and the driver Ricky Craven got a victory. I believe that was his second career win.
Yeah.
And it was one of the most historic ones, and actually a game I used to play. Obviously I play NASCAR Heat, but also NASCAR Thunder 2004. That game's intro was literally, or the trailer for that game when it came out back then in 03, that was literally what it was. They showed that up. And I'm like, you know what? Even me when I was that young, you sold me. There was no doubt. You sold me right then and there.
I guess it's like a Super Bowl moment. We talked about Cardiac Kemba right there. If they had that NCAA title during that time, I definitely would have highlighted that. That's what NASCAR did, highlighted that moment. Let's see who the highlight will be as we see Black Bunny right there navigate. Black also navigating. But you talked a little bit about maintaining that tires. When I was reading about this track, I figured out and learned about how hard it is to navigate, because one of the turns is really tight and the other one is really wide. So it's about playing a balance, I suppose, and making sure, if you do loose tires, you do tight ones. What's the strategy in making sure that you can maintain your speed so you don't end up skating all over the place like we've seen from a couple players?
Well, I tell you what, now, again, this can be a driver preference, but I think overall, one of the most important things is to have a loose race car. Now, that sounds crazy. Now, I know most people probably on the street driving their car don't want it all over the place. Don't want to have that situation. I get it. See, I get that right now.
Especially in Atlanta. Come on now. These drivers be all over. They be acting like it's real life Darlington every single day on I-85. Trust me.
I have been on those highways on the I-85 in Charlotte and in Atlanta. Atlanta is insane. I would say that. If you can drive that, you can drive anywhere. But what I will say is, here it is just key to having a balanced race car. You can start off loose and you can have the car, free as a bird. Usually that's when the car is the fastest at that point. But the problem is, once the tires start to go away, the car gets really, really tight. And when it's tight, you can't turn the car as well as you normally would. These stock cars are incredibly heavy, so it's already hard enough to turn them, and it gets harder and harder as the tires go away throughout a run in this type of race. And you see during the green flag, you've had a couple pit stops, and I'm sure a lot of those guys were like, well, I can't go as fast as I used to about 10 laps ago. Those tires are just absolutely killed in. In the real life, drivers have to manage the same thing. I think the benefit here for these guys is that it's at night. Now, it's not as abrasive at night because it's a little bit cooler. As Cut gets a little out of shape there coming out of the green. The thing is, when it's cooler, there's a lot more grip. And you don't burn as many tires as you want. But you still do it. Trust me, it is still a brutal surface. This surface has not been repaved for quite some time. Well over 10 years, if I'm not mistaken.
So it's bald itself. You talk about bald tires. There's not a lot of grip when it comes to that. That makes it even more hard to navigate and to turn. As you see, Crack right there having some issues maintaining those turns.
And you want to know the craziest thing about you saying that is? Here's the thing. Even for myself, even in a sim and racing in any NASCAR game,
right?
I like when the track is older and it's worn out, and is what drivers would say, it adds character. Now,
interesting.
Now, a place like Darlington in the daytime, it is like I said, it's a very abrasive track on its own. But you mix in a 90-degree day, and don't think it's just 90 degrees outside. That's the air temperature. But you also got to take into consideration how hot the asphalt is. So while it can be 90 degrees in the air, the asphalt can be 100+ degrees. And the hotter the surface is, the more stickier it is, the more slick everything it is the harder and harder it becomes to race. But at the same token, it makes for such a fun experience for the drivers in real life, and even for myself. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I race at places like this, I love racing in the daytime specifically for that reason, because it's hard, but it's fun. I'm not gonna lie. It's a challenge, but it is so much fun, and I see these drivers are getting they're putting on quite a show. Then also on top of that, they are starting to learn why we call it the Lady in Black.
Oh, yes, as we see pit stops all over the place trying to navigate, as you see Game Crusher right there. I see a lot of like what I like to see. They're kind of maintaining control, keeping steady. does make sure that you have the ability to gain some traction, although it's hard to gain traction when it's daytime. Luckily, it's night for these gamers, especially because, we're still getting used to and owning this track right here. But, thrill seeker a little bit from you, Kenny, and the drivers. I can understand that. Doing NASCAR, I mean, you have to be a thrill seeker. I understand that. But you, Kenny, too, also being dangerous as well.
Man, listen, I have loved this sport since I was a little kid. So, working in it makes it even better for one. And,
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily, obviously, I'm not a NASCAR driver, but I do try and get my need for speed in. Trust and believe me. Shout out to the GoPro Motorplex here in Mooresville, North Carolina. That is one of my favorite go-kart tracks. I have actually raced against Bubba Wallace Jr., who is in the NASCAR Cup Series, and as well as Raja Caruth, who is also a young black driver from Washington, D.C. And attends the illustrious Winston-Salem State University. So does my brother. So I had to give him a little extra shout out, but I've raced with them. And they whooped my tail. I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna be
honest. I'm gonna be honest. They smoked me, so I can't. I can't even fake. I can't. I came in a place out of like 20 cars, so I will take it.
No, that's pretty okay. That's respectable.
I can take that. Now, two professionals. Now, they did their thing, and I absolutely had a ball doing that. But yeah, that's like my need for speed. I like to go karting a lot, and I have an absolute good time. Same thing while playing NASCAR Heat and iRacing in my spare time. But yeah, I do got a need for speed. I got a little bit of thrill in me. That's right.
Okay, I see that. Thrill Kenny, we just saw Thriller before, and he was definitely all engaged in it when we were talking about the Rocket League action. I can see why this guy loves the thrills. And, they call them pros for no reason. I ain't even mad at you. Getting 20 is really respectable. So I'm going to give you a nice solid little golf clap. PGA might be over, but I'm still going to give it to you because let me tell you, I will be a grandma on the road when I am on there. You can drive the car, Kenny, but I certainly won't be getting behind the wheel. Because these speeds, man, boy, they're going fast. When you talk about like the speed, right? We saw in Talladega, we were probably like, 180. We're seeing like, fast speed 200 miles per hour. How much faster, how much slower is this? I know you said the short tracks is really fast. You're all speed. What about in this one? Gauging the speed and navigating the speed too, because you talk about how difficult the turns are.
Yeah, so here, you lose speed very quickly. I can go, I know that sounds crazy to most people now. Look, when you're going 170, right, you're just clicking off lap times after lap times. At first, let's say you may get a 26-second lap time. As you continue to go into a run here at Darlington and any other place for that matter, you start to notice the time starts to fall off, which they also call tire fall off, and that's how you know your tires are getting worse and worse and worse as the race goes along. So again, that's why everyone wants to pit for tires. Every time these drivers are coming down, there's no doubt. There's no doubt everyone is taking 4. If you are listening and you are taking 2 tires here, bless your heart, because I don't know how you're doing it. It doesn't make much sense to me, but here you go from 26 seconds to 30 seconds. That's how you know you're getting slower, and it's not because you can't drive. It's just because your tires are falling off, and that's just part of the game. So you going 160 and 170 going into the corners, but she's gonna be a little loose when you come in there. Trust and believe me, it is tough when a car is loose and you can't control it. It is not fun in a weird way, but also at the same time, a tight race car is not that great. And even then, when it gets tighter, and you still can't get the exact turn you want, that's also a problem. So you gotta find a balance, and every driver is different. Like I said earlier, some guys like the car to be loose completely. Some guys hate when the car is tight. Me, I'm a balanced guy. I like when the car is like kind of 50-50. It'll give me loose in the beginning. It'll be tight towards the end of the run, and I know it. That's what I like personally when I drive. I'm not the best, but I try and do what I can. That guy DJ has been doing pretty good. He's got a clean race car. I love that M&M's paint scheme. That is like one of my favorite paint schemes of all time.
Yeah, the M&A paint scheme. I believe that's not Jeff Bush, of course. I'm sorry, Jeb Bush. Sorry, coming through with that M&M paint scheme.
So I'm gonna school you. That's Kyle Busch, but
Kyle Busch, that's what I meant to say. Jeez,
Yeah.
I'm over here. I'm thinking I'm in the political world right now. Jeb Bush and Jeb, I don't know what the heck is going on. Kyle Busch, it's some type of Bush, dang it.
Yeah, that's Kyle Busch's car in the NASCAR Cup Series in real life. So he'll be racing here in Darlington in 2 weeks, and he'll this week be racing at the Kansas Speedway, which I will also be going to. So that'll be pretty cool, pretty fun. And then he also has a brother in the NASCAR Cup Series, Kurt Busch, who drives the #1 Chevrolet Camaro for Chip Ganassi Racing. So you can catch him as well on Sundays. And they both are NASCAR Cup Series champions, which is pretty amazing. Another brother duo, I believe.
Yeah.
They are just the second brother duo to do it since Bobby Labonte and Terry Labonte. Terry Labonte was in 1996, and Bobby was in the year of our Lord 2000.
All right, so some historian there, as you saw. I don't know if you peeped it, Kenny, but right there, as we were seeing Kyle Busch right there, the car right there for Kyle Busch, there's a little bit of a spin out ahead of that guy DJ. So that guy DJ gaining again and again and again, really proving why he was a winner before. We have a Kenny right here. We have a Kyle right there. We're not in South Park. We're in South Carolina having a good time here in Darlington. As you see, Crack right here. Crack has been a little bit loose, I feel, this whole entire time. Just skating all over. And it's really hard because you have to be able to tell when to pit. I feel like you see Killer Cam really working on the pit game, always changing those tires. But there's a little bit of a disadvantage when you go and you pit because you're losing time when you're losing your laps, aren't you?
So you want to try and time it where you're coming in on your fastest lap. So here it takes a little while to get around. It takes, roughly I'd say in the middle of a run, probably about 28 to 29 seconds to get around here. And a pit stop in NASCAR, can be, as fast as 12 seconds, which sounds crazy for people to get around a car and change tires. And I got to say, the pit crews are absolutely amazing. Shout out to the NASCAR Diversity pit crews. They are amazing. They are some of the world's best athletes that just happen to find a passion for NASCAR and happen to be able to go over the wall and do this thing incredibly fast. I mean, they are super talented. If you have never seen them do it, I promise you, the next time you are in Charlotte, you got to come see it. It is absolutely amazing. I still can't believe it. When I saw it in person, I'm like, man, these guys hop over a wall. Mind you, there's a car coming at you, roughly 50 or 60 miles an hour. Now, I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but listen.
Oh, no.
Look.
That's highway speed.
That is highway speed. And, getting hit like that is, that's going to hurt.
Right. I imagine.
I promise you that's going to hurt. So, let me tell you, these guys are super talented, and they can do that all day, every day. That is not my calling. I am skinny as the bone. That is not my thing. They are strong as they want to be and quick as they want to be. I'm a little quick, but I ain't that quick. That's a little different.
Oh, no, that's speed. I don't think I can do anything in 12 seconds. I have a cup of coffee, I have a bottle of water. I can't even drink that in 12 seconds, let alone change the tires, rotate, do all of this and make sure to amend to damages too. That's crazy to me that you're doing that. As you see that guy DJ try to get past the competition using that trap skills that we talked about, although not the most crucial, still very crucial if you're close. That's crazy to me. I can't do anything.
I'm telling you,
like
it's insane. But here with pit stops, you got to make sure you have it. It's okay to lose a little bit of track position, but I think where you get a problem is where as we've got the race actually ending. So I guess we're going to see who took it home. I wonder if that guy DJ got another win.
It seems like it.
He has been putting on for Claflin, because if so, that is win number 2 for him this season, and that's pretty good on him. Shout out to you if that is the case. And look at that, my man.
But it's looking at the last minute cut coming through. It looked like that guy might have actually had an opportunity. He sorted it all out. Cut. Oh my gosh, surprising. Because I don't think we saw that guy ever really have any difficulties or struggles, but cut coming through.
Yeah, I see Cut put down a lap time of 30.636. That was his fastest lap. So he was rolling as much as he could, honestly. And, shout out to Bowie State for him. And shout out to him for winning some more money, man. That's what I'm here to do. Got to win that money. And They put on a great show. They did great. I thought everybody did pretty good tonight. I mean, Darlington is a hard track. If you can tame that beast, you have done something right. And, keep on going, get better. And, next time we come around with some NASCAR heat and we got Darlington again, you're going to be able to really tame it. Tame what is also known as too tough to tame. Gotta do it.
You gotta do it. Tame what is too tough to tame. We are gonna throw it back right here. This is our final day of NASCAR action, but we have one more break to go, and we're gonna say farewell to come again soon with Kenny. But before we do that, we got a shout out to Gillette, making sure our faces are groomed to game. And I see that Kenny's face, he got a little grooming right there.
You gotta keep clean. You feel me?
You gotta keep clean, and Gillette is gonna tell us what it's all about.
Hi, I'm Fahim Alexander from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Today I'm at work at Fahim's Hands Precision. Today I'm going to give you guys some smooth, cool tips to keep you groomed to the game. My steps when I'm shaving, I want to use a hot towel so I can steam my scalp. You get less irritation when you use a hot towel. I'm going to use my Gillette 2-in-1 shave gel. Make sure to spread your shaving gel in circular motions. Then I want to start with these strokes. You're going to stroke, 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 5 strokes. One important fact you'll never want to forget, always pull your ear down when shaving. The Gillette Skin Guard works to minimize any tug and pull and cuts hair at skin level. This helps prevent irritation. After my strokes, I always want to check in the middle for excess hair left behind. After that, you want to hit it with the hot towel again. Then at the end, you want to use some antiseptic. Makes you feel good. Now you are ready to hit the yard looking your best.
Everyone has a routine. I brush my teeth, eat breakfast, work out, and shave with Gillette Pro Glide. It gets virtually every hair on the first stroke for a shave I barely feel. So, when I hop on the stream and plant this lovely face in front of millions of people, I'm not worried. I just show up, ready to play.
Hello, everyone. And oh my gosh, this has been an amazing Wheels Wednesday. We are right there on the edge of the seat, seeing some craziness happen all over. There are players flying all over the place, whether that be in Rocket League, whether that be on Darlington track right here is 48-4 and Kenny Lee. We are wrapping up the action of NASCAR that we just saw in NASCAR Heat 5. Kenny, it was great to see these players were really navigating it, had to make a lot of pits. Some players were better than others, but at the end of the day, it was cut that came through.
Yeah, look, everyone really handled everything well, strategy-wise, making sure you took tires. I think that guy DJ and Cut both.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, were the class of the field, as some would say.
Mm-hmm.
They raced well. I will give it to them. They raced really well tonight. I mean, you just absolutely have to manage your tires. And again, I said this a couple weeks ago. This is another track where you got to be patient. And I think both of those guys, they were patient. They hit their marks, as they also say in the racing world. They made their laps count each and every time, right down to the last one. And man, it was a well of a show. Honestly, overall, tonight was crazy because Because look, like you said, you can see me the whole time watching Rocket League, and I could not believe my eyes. And we got a little bit of everything. We got a crazy Rocket League, multi overtime, and then we got a great race at Darlington Raceway.
Yes.
I mean, how else can you close out Wheels Wednesday? I mean, that is literally how you do it on Wheels Wednesday. And you know what? We love excitement in NASCAR. And we got excitement here on HBCU Alliance. You know, this was amazing tonight. I had a ball. I honestly have had a ball tonight.
A ball, and I'm sure these players are having a ball because the winners of this matchup are earning double the money. That's right, double the money, honey, and that's a lot. We're already talking about how you're in college, you're scrapping for all the money you can. Well, Cut is walking away.
Get your money.
$100, get your money, honey. That's $500 for Cut, $300 for that guy DJ, $300 for third place as well. Of course, we'll continue to scale down. For all these players, I think we had less than 10 players, so I believe some of them are all walking away with money. And he talked about the well-earned money or Rocket League, the well-earned money for night to night for this matchup. Kenny, it's been a blast so far to have you here to explain the ins and outs of NASCAR. We're going to have to make a trip up there or down here, whatever happens, in order to see this, not only in real life, give some more advice to these players, but then to see this left turns. It's more than just left turns. We've learned there's a lot of strategy in this one.
Yeah, we got left and right turns. We go to Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas, Watkins Glen in New York, Sonoma Raceway out there in Sonoma, California. You know, we get a little bit of a mix up. Road America in Wisconsin. You know, we get a little bit of left and right turn. These drivers these days know how to hit the road courses in real life, so they've learned, they've gotten better. But I will say, you got to come out to the real show, see it in person. I promise you, you'll be hooked. You'll have a great time, and that's how I got hooked so long ago. It feels like I can't believe I'm saying I've been a fan for 20 years.
Wow. You know,
man, listen, I'm telling it dawned on me the other day. I was sitting there thinking about something. I'm like, man, I remember the NASCAR 2000 season. It's 2021, and I'm like, man, that was 20 years ago, which is crazy. But look, that's what happens when you love something. That's what happens when you do something like that all the time. So yeah, it's a wonderful show, and you guys definitely got to come out and see it. Shout out NASCAR Diversity for you know, picking me in for this. This is really cool. I've really had a great time doing this. I've had fun. I love commentating. So this was just like, hey, let's just have some fun on a Wednesday night, and it's been great. And plus, I love NASCAR, so what more could I ask for? And that Rocket League was interesting, so I might have to also have to dabble in that soon, because that was crazy.
Yes. You know, I feel like this is the exchange. You know, I did a little bit of Rocket League, you did a little bit of NASCAR. Let's exchange, get into each other's world, understand these games, because, you know, you talked about having a good time. It's been a great time chopping it up with you, Kenny. All the knowledge, you're a NASCAR historian, knowing it for 20 years, knowing the history way beyond your league, beyond your years, especially with the minnow farms, all the things when it talks to Indian Barrel Grounds, all the different things that might happen in the NASCAR world. It's been such a pleasure doing this Wheels Wednesday with you. Before we wrap up here for this Wheels Wednesday, tell you a little bit about what's happening in the league. May 8th, we're going to have the finals, so be prepared, because we're going to see the action. You know, we already talked about the cardiac Kemba reality attack. It was a cardiac attack happening right here with me today, Javier. Destroy them at the end of a shout out to the players for doing such a great job, the opposing players. Tell me a little bit where we can find you, Kenny. Of course, we're going to be seeing more of you hopefully in the fall, but where we can find you in the meantime, since it's going to be a while until we see your face again.
yeah, absolutely. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Front Row Kenny, and you can also follow the podcast I'm on. I do a NASCAR podcast called All Turns, No Breaks with my fellow co-hosts Tam and Renee. We talk NASCAR every week. I promise you, we will not give it to you in the super technical terms, but we'll give you a fun time, and you guys can dive in, listen to us. We laugh a lot. We have a good time. We're also on Clubhouse as well. You can find us on there. You know, we like to chop it up about NASCAR on there as well. But yeah, you know, shout out to the podcast. Shout out to NASCAR Diversity once again. And of course, shout out Big NASCAR just in general. I've been here for 3 years. So again, big shout outs to them. And yeah, this has been amazing. I've had a great time.
Yeah, shout out to you, Kenny. This has been really a pleasure. I've learned so much. I've been writing notes every time you say something, trying to learn more about the game. I'm definitely going to be listening to that podcast and learn more about you. It's been such a pleasure. I'm so sad that this is our last time doing Wheels Wednesday, but it's okay because we'll probably see each other in the fall. HEA isn't going to stop. Just like the turns, the excitement, the action isn't going to stop. May 8th, we're going to have the finals. That will be the last time in the spring league, at least, that we'll see these competitors. And I know that you saw the matchup between Javier and Ghost and Juber, Strub, and James Bomb. Let's see if there are more rockets going on in that one as well. Shout out to Exposure, Pharaohs, Conclave, and DoorDash for making sure that they give scholarships for the Rocket League portion of tonight's action. Shout out to Gillette for covering the scholarships of everyone. Shout out to Exposure, Danny Martin, Tony Monk, and all the people out there behind the back, making sure that this production lasts. And remember, if you still would like to see our show and you want something else between the finals, it's okay. We have the recap show on Saturday at 3 p.m. I am Gordy McFord, shoutcaster for Pharaohs Conclave, for HBCU Heroes. Yours surely, HEA, The Yard. We still have more to go. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitch. But you can find us here on Saturday with Larry Ridley, Fly Guy DC2. And we are going to go hang at Saturday on 3 p.m. on Soulja Boy TV, ABGL, and on YouTube and Twitch. This has been a blast with my boy Kenny. You can find him on all the media that he says. You can find me on all the media I said, and you can find us Saturday at May 8th for the finals, where we'll see more excitement like we have tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will catch you on Saturday. Until then, Gillette, take us out.
As a barber, nothing's gonna beat my shave, especially for guys who tend to get razor bumps from ordinary razors at home. So when they can't see me, there's Gillette Skin Guard, a razor that's made different and designed just for men with skin that's easily irritated. It flattens the skin and lifts the blade for a shave that's closer than a trimmer but not too close for comfort. I mean, it's just right.
All right.
My God.
How you doing, man?
Good.
Other blades I've used, they just don't cut it. You can't get a much cleaner shave with Gillette. It gets virtually every hair on the first stroke for a shave I barely feel. Watch Gillette change your world.